Yo, yo, here we go. So YouTube gave me another strike for a video from fucking 2 years ago. So I got two strikes. I can't upload for a couple weeks or message or whatever the fuck. It's arbitrary. They say it's truth. When I speak truth, they call flat earth truth hate speech, man. So, what are you gonna do? When they call flat earth hate speech, what are you gonna do with these criminals? They can't do this. They should not be allowed to do this bullshit. YouTube, Google, Facebook. They should all be rounded up and fucking hung for for being tyrants and bullies and taking our free speech away. That's automatic treason and hangings. But anyway, it gets under my skin, man, when they tell me what I can fucking write and this and that. And then even Facebook the other day, or from a long post a long time ago, I forgot what it was. The fucking Facebook goes false. This post is false. It's going to get in my personal fucking life. It's like me going, hey, I got to have dinner with my mom at 6 tomorrow night, and Facebook going on that post. False. False. What do you care what I say is true or false, Facebook? What are you fucking doing? Coming on my post like that. It's a public fucking domain. Again, dude, you gotta round all these motherfuckers up and just hang them, dude. All these politicians, automatic hanging, dude. They're fucking trying to make vaccines mandatory. Automatic hanging, round them all up, man. Forget it. They're putting poisons in your children, your babies. You just gotta round them up and hang them. You can't talk to these retards. These are psychopaths. It's like, do you think when you fall in a den of lions that you're gonna negotiate your way out with a bunch of psychopathic lions? That's like politicians, man. Do you think when you fall in a pool full of sharks, man-eating sharks, you think you're going to negotiate with psychopaths? Politicians are psychopaths. Are you going to negotiate with lions, sharks, and psychopaths? You need to be knowing the answer is no. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous that and then they got a monopoly. Here's government at it again. They got a monopoly. When I visited my brother's house, a few years ago, he hooked up his well. We hooked up his well, to his house and, to put a system on it, clean the water, all that shit, to do it all for free. And the government came in there, the water company, government, whatever, is like, no, charged them like $5,000 and said, you got to hook back up to us. You can't use a well, your own water on your own land. That's the kind of tyranny we're dealing with. You got to round them all up and hang them right now, everybody in that Palm Bay government. And again, the place next door to my brother's house in Palm Bay, Florida, got an $80,000 water fine from the same fucking company. They're fucking fined my brother $5,000. They got a monopoly and they're working with government and they're fucking ripping everybody off and fining everybody. Shit, that company had to go out of business. Another place could bottom out because of these fines, all to do with government corruption. You got to round these fuckers up in all Palm Bay government and hang them right now. Everyone in all governments, you hang them all right now. It's ridiculous that it's been over 200-something years. You watch all their criminal activities and no one gets in trouble. This is the dumb fucks we're dealing with. This is the retards that we have to deal with. It's amazing. I can't even get into my flat Earth video here yet because this shit's got to get out, man. What's going to happen? How much more are you going to take? How much more? How much more? Or is it going to be where they're just literally taking your children right out of your womb and branding the motherfuckers? Is that what it's going to take for you to get this shit? What's it going to take that they're going to allow these motherfuckers in government to do to you before you finally get it? Oh, anyway, let's get back to flat Earth. Again, this is like the motion of the sky above. Everything revolves around the pole star, the North Star. It never moves. That's why it's called the pole star. Never has moved, never will move. It's the pole star. It's the North Star. All stars revolve around it every fucking day. Look above. You're not moving. Again, earthquakes prove we know when it's moving. Okay, and when it's not moving. When you go out on a boat and you're going up and down with the waves, now you know you're moving. That's why you get seasick. Above us, the only motions that occur is the sidereal day, which means this celestial chandelier above us that turns in 23 hours and 56 minutes every day. It's 4 minutes faster than the sun takes to do its 24-hour circle above us. And then the moon is 24 hours, 50 minutes slower. But again here, let's see. Again, this is a motion. Nothing's revolving around the sun. The sun revolves above us around the North Star. Okay? Again, everything revolves around the North Star. The moon, the sun, the wandering stars, the fixed stars, all the stars rotate like this. You have fixed stars, but the whole thing moves. You see what I'm saying? And then you have your wandering stars that they call planets. But they're just wandering stars like the rest of the stars. There's no difference at all when you look at them. You see through them and you can't land on them. You can't land on they're not dense. It's like the retards thinking an actor could come out of a movie screen and jump up and beat up the projector guy. That's how dumb you are if you think that could happen. That's what it's like when you think you can land on the moon or touch any of these stars. You'll never touch these stars. They're what create your dense light body. Everything's revolving around the North Star, the sun, the moon. Nothing's orbiting or revolving around the sun at all, ever. I see the sun come and go every day. Nothing's circling it. Never. Again, you fooled our parents and grandparents with this fake shit. You'll never fool the new generation. We free thinkers. I just thought that was cool. Gravity's not a force. Density and buoyancy are responsible for what scientism calls gravity. Again, they took the word gravity or weight and replaced it with gravity. It's your weight. It's because you're heavier than the air. It's your weight that makes you fall or pushes you to the ground. The opposite of like the earth would be pulling you and objects attract. That's the dumbest shit. You can have two objects up here closer to one another, but you'll fall down and before you attract each other, dumb fucks. Give me a break with this shit. It's insane how dumb they are. Jesus, they're fucking dumb. Again, this is what's going on, man. You're above a flat earth. You can see this. You can see that this is what's going on. When you look up, you see the sidereal day, the time lapse. When you look down and around, you see the flat earth. You see the land come up to your eyes because there's more down there because it's flat. It's not curving down. You see up to your eyes because there's land there because it's flat because it's not curving down into a ball. Sun and moon. This was a dual sun system. The sun malfunctioned and we call it a moon now. Go check out my playlist. The moon is a malfunctioned sun. And I back it up with a bunch of evidence. So that's the event that probably wiped out the Tatarians in the Grand Canyon and all over the world. All these buildings that have been irradiated. That event, something probably some assholes did it unintentionally to fuck up the moon, the parasites, to make it more dense and harder for the soul to escape your bodies. You're more soul trapped. It's way harder. But what happened here is when this happened, they exploded this thing. And this explosion probably, when they malfunctioned, what we're calling the moon now, you can see the surface of it is very damaged. It's very damaged. It used to be a sun, most likely. We have stories, ancient stories and stuff. And it just, it looks like, it's incredible when you think about it, man. I'm just pondering. But again, what's going on here is it's a flat earth, and you can see that it's flat because we have what are called miles, and you can measure distance with miles, and you measure mile and mile because there's supposed to be an 8-inch drop curve, and there's no curve. It's nothing but flatness. We measure mile after mile after mile. Thousands and thousands of railroad train tracks have to be level. They cannot go up or down any incline. The incline can't be more than a certain amount, especially with a load. When it's pulling a load, it has to be flat. We're talking about tons and tons of weight that can never be pulled up a curve or down a curve. You're on a flat plane. You're being fooled. You're being tricked. I don't believe the earth is flat. I know it's flat because we have what are called miles. And there's no curve. That's the thing. When it never curves and see the land comes up to your eyes because there's land there and it's not curving. You would never see this if it was a ball. There's no land there. You can't see land there if there's a ball because it's curving down, up and underneath and behind you again. It's a ball, right? We don't see that. And again, there should be a curve right here. There should be a curve over here. Again, we don't feel any movement, but when you get on this merry-go-round or a roller coaster, you're going to feel it. Like I said, you get on a boat, you're going to throw up and get seasick. But again, we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour on some globe. It's completely unproven. We've proven the opposite, in fact. You can prove that we don't move. It's called Airy's failure, where he failed to prove the earth moves, and he proved that the above celestial sidereal day moves. The celestial wheel in the sky keeps on turning. It's a celestial chandelier that turns every day, a little bit faster than the sun and the moon. But here, they're having a picnic, no problem at all. No wind, no movement. Get on the merry-go-round, forget it. You're blowing chunks. Earthquakes prove we can feel when the earth moves. Any other time, we feel no motion at all. It's ridiculous. Oh boy, speaking of ridiculous. Again, they're lying to us about dinosaurs, okay? A male and a female stegosaurus are about to mate. Now, can you please explain how this could possibly occur? Someone's lying to you. Dinosaurs are a hoax. There's no evidence of it at all. In fact, it's evidence that research shows that Freemasons are doing a hoax on you. That's what research proves. Freemasons are lying to you, and they're trying to they're more than lying to you. They're trying to fool you, and they're going all out with this dinosaur thing and all kinds of other shit and space, and it goes on and on. The Big Bang, I mean, again, it's just beyond, it blows me away. This blows me away too. I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. Stupid ass Don Pettit, pedophile retard. I mean, he just looks like I don't know. I can't back that up, but he damn sure just has that type of weird vibe. Anyway, the problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that. Why? Really? That technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again. It's painful. It's so painful. You know, I mean, it's harder. I mean, we have all these other things like computers and shit that we didn't have. It's so painful. We have all this shit that we didn't have back then. It was 1969. You got to mean they were way ahead of us, you know. It's painful. Now, since 2017, we can't pass the Van Allen belt. 1968, we made it to the moon and back. There are people who actually think this tweaker shelter piece of trash made it to the moon and back. And again, when you hear something like this, we can't pass the Van Allen belt, radiation belt, when you hear that, that should click. Hey, wake up. That should tell you, hey, they never went. That means that's code for we never went there. We still can't. How many 180-degree lines does it take to make a sphere? Straight. It should be turning here. It should be curving here. It should be curving on the way to it, and it should not come up to the eyeballs. How many 500-mile sections of flat horizon does it take? If the Earth is 70% water, then the Earth is at least 70% flat. There's an abundance of science that has proved the flat Earth model. Flat Earth, it's not a model. That's ignorant when you say shit like that. Nothing has ever proven curvature or a globe. It's not a model, it's our reality. Again, the globe is a model because it's not real. The flat Earth is actuality. It can't be a model or a theory. It's reality. So when you hear retards say globe earth theory or model, they're just dumber than dog shit. I don't know why they're this dumb. I don't know how. I don't get it. Why and then when they say we, like talking about government, like dude, don't say we. Are you fucking stupid? What are you, a psychopath? I'm not a fucking psychopath. Don't include me in that with the we shit. The fucking retarded rationality that you have. Are you fucking nuts? Be teachable. No, you're not always right. Flat earthers are crazy conspiracy theorists. If it's crazy, why have a mass censorship against something that allegedly doesn't exist? Again, why do they have to censor anything at all? Why? Why are you worried about what I say is true or false, Facebook? That's goddamn, dude, that's treason as fuck. You should all be rounded up and executed right now. Hung. Everyone in Facebook, YouTube, and Google should all be rounded up immediately and all fucking treason. Guilty of treason. All guilty. All corporations, by the way. Again, you can see the transition. You were being rolled at first by, royalty. Because why? Their bloodlines were more pure. Pure with what? With what? What do you mean? Why are you royal? Because our bloodlines. What makes you royalty? Blood. Mixed with what? What do you mean? Pure of what? Again, these motherfuckers are telling you they're different than you right off the bat with this royalty thing. But it transitioned from then and people stopped buying it, except over in Great Britain and shit. They still ruled by a queen or whatever the fuck. They're still ruled there and they think they're free. Just like the Americans here think they're free because they have a government. Again, it transitioned from royalty ruling you to religion, the Vatican, torturing you, ruling you for hundreds of years. Probably not nearly as long as they say. They added many they've added, clearly we can see they've added years, thousand at least right out the bat. But it went from the royalty to religion, then boom, government. And you can see it transitioning to Planet Starbucks, to corporations, and because they all work with government, and again they use the government to enforce all their crazy shit on us, and so it's still government is the problem. You got to get rid of it. You can't have government. Again, the intention is mind control. Govern means to limit or control. Means the Latin root word for mind. So they want to control or limit your mind. Government limits your mind. It's a mind limiter. It's for children that need somebody to hold their hand in every little fucking thing because they're fucking babies, infants, mental midgets, spiritual retards from hell. They're retarded spiritually. They're literally retarded. When I say retarded, I'm not fucking making the shit up. These fuckers are retarded. Okay, when you retard the speed on a throttle or a governor, I mean, you're retarding. Look it up, people. Again, flat earth is so stupid. Here, take this plastic spinning ball on a stick, dumb fuck from hell. Look how dumb this is. Look, we live on this dumb fuck thing when it's flat as shit outside. You're not moving at all. Earthquakes prove that. So this guy's absolutely fucking batshit, baby. Yeah! That's all these dumb glowtards. Look, imagine NASA. This is NASA. This is your mainstream news. And NASA. And the mainstream science. This is science. This is mainstream science right here. Neil the Ass Tyson. We're on a ball. Flying through space. A molten spaceship that's, and they're worried about global warming. They're on a molten spaceship worried about global warming. Can't make this shit up. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. And again, this is a religion. Heliocentrism. It's all nonsense. Do you know what the scientists, Pythagoras, Galileo, Copernicus, Kepler, Newton, all had in common? All of them contributed to the hell-centric model. Let's, even more, they all belong to the occult mystery schools. That had its roots in ancient Heliopolis, the city of the sun. The heliocentric model is not based upon science. You must understand this. It's based upon religious superstition. Albert Einstein stated, "I have come to believe that the motion of the earth cannot be detected by any optical experiment." And more importantly, the Bible says, here we go with this Bible. Again, more importantly, thousands of texts says the earth is firmly established and cannot be moved. Okay, retards, when you say Bible, you sound like a dumb fuck, because that's like going into a record store, listening to one group, the first one you grabbed that was shoved down your fucking throat. Boom, boom, boom. Since you were 1 year old. Bible shoved down your throat, a male God, a creator. This idea of a whole God creator concept is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, in my view. It's so ridiculous. When I've done all the research, it shows it's the exact opposite. One being could never do all this shit. It was many collectives getting together and doing it. So it's the opposite. Again, it's just insane. And again, it's like going into the record store and listening to the first, rock group or whatever group, any music, whatever music, doesn't matter. And going, you know what? That's the one I got. I will not listen in. I'm not listening to another one. I'm not listening to another fucking goddamn group. This is the one. This is the one. The Bible. It's the only one. I don't need to look at nothing else. When there's thousands of others rock groups in there that are superior to it as far as the accuracy and all the other shit, and there ain't all this other shit with the King James where they added all this shit where we want to control you and all that shit. Again, you can avoid all that, but it's also like going into the library and going, I'm just going to go in there and just boom, the one they shoved down my throat first at the entrance of the door, I'm going to take that one, discard all the other books. Forget all the other books. We're not going to look at them. The Bible. God. You hear these retards using the word God? Get away from them. Run. Or creator. Golly, dude. Again, that's just all what was programming. You're regurgitating your programming. Baller's tears always find its level. Again, star clusters, nebula, pulsars, quasars, dark matter, black holes, all that's fucking just cartoons. The only pulsing you'll see is when these things are magnetically pulsate, the magnetic pulses when they're blinking, and when you zoom in with your camera, they're that close. You don't need a telescope. You can zoom in on these stars with your camera, and then you can see that you can see right through it. You're not landing on that. It's not terrestrial. They don't teach truth in school. Pseudoscience versus actual science. Again, this is what happens. They're telling you it's just going to cling to the ball. You have to have a physical barrier or a container for water. We know this, right? And gases. We live in a pressurized system. Again, this idea where you think that there's this infinite plane, that's ridiculous, okay? Because you have a dome over you that's keeping everything pressurized. You have low pressure systems, you have high pressure systems. Okay, you can't have pressure systems unless everything is within a physical container, a barrier. It has to be physical. Okay, gases, an atmosphere is not physical. It can't be a physical barrier. It doesn't work. The natural physics of water is the most observable, repeatable, measurable, and irrefutable flat earth proof that debunks the globe earth lie. Again, you could put a bottle down and it will line up with the horizon, horizon, because it's flat. And horizontal means flat, by the way, look it up. And again, you can see that the sun is local here, nested in the clouds. You can see behind the sun here, behind the sun is clouds and a horizon. Meaning the sun is local and right there, not 93 million miles away. Batshit. Dumb fuckness alert. Dumb fuckness alert. Dumb fuckness alert. Again, is this the chick from the original Planet of the Apes? It's funny as shit. She looks fucking bewildered as fuck. Damn, what's going on? If you think that Earth is simply too big to see the curvature, why would believe that you can see ships disappear over Earth's curve? Let's see her think this out. No, not happening. Heliosexuals We all love balls. Baal. Again, they want to worship Baal, the demon Baal. It's not a god. It's a demon. But maybe it's a god to you if you want to worship it. Fuck it. It's called a horizon because it's horizontal. It's sea level. Because water seeks its level. It's called common sense, but common sense isn't very common anymore. Sundials, not earth dials, because the sun moves and not the earth, right? Exactly. The sun's moving, not the earth. Sundial. It looks like it got hit a little bit there. 75% of the world is water and it's flat. Water finds its level, so the earth is a ball. Bam. You're not listening. I don't know if you should be beating kids, but whatever. The fire triangle. Take any one of these elements away and there won't be a fire. So how did the Big Bang happen in space if there's no oxygen? It's void. It's a vacuum. The definition of a vacuum is emptiness, void. Nothing there, which is the opposite of fucking what they're saying space is. Gas, stardust, quasars, black holes, planets. You can't have all that shit in it and it be a vacuum. So again, they're just dumb as fuck when they try to trick you. They don't even trick you right. They don't even use common sense. You got your heat here. It takes heat. It takes fuel and oxygen. How is the sun burning in space without the oxygen? To ignite. And again, when I was in the Navy, they teach you to be you have to know how to be a fireman, because if you're on a ship, you got to know how to put out a fire or you die. The ship vanished below Earth's curve, Captain. Use the binoculars, dumbass. It'll come right back. And again, here we go with the pole star. The pole, everything revolves around it. Okay? Above us. The sun does. The moon. All of the stars all revolve around the North Pole star above us. And again, above us, the flat Earth. All of this is rotating above us. Again, the pole star is above the North Pole. And again, the pole star is above the North Pole. And again, this is how you could take the Big Dipper or Little Dipper. That's the big one. And it will face you towards the North Pole above, which never moves. Your phone and GPS work on this TPS tower, not this. These don't exist. And again, if they did, and they're going 17,500 miles an hour, because that's the speed you have to achieve to, gravity, go around the ball, break gravity and all this shit. You got to be going 17 times faster than a 1,000 mile an hour rifle bullet. Now, when this thing's buzzing around you, how are you receiving and transmitting data at those speeds to anything at all? How? Again, they're so dumb. And again, why, if you have satellites that are real, why do you lose coverage when you go outside of the tower's range? You can tell it's fake because it looks so fake. How about that? Who turned the lights out? There's no lights here. It's just in a studio with this fake flag shit. That's the moon, though. It creates its own light. You can see that. It puts it out on the clouds around it locally. NASA's firing rockets into the ocean. Bermuda Triangle. Again, everybody knew it was flat. Everybody. All these different remnant Tartar civilizations that got divided up and coming out still knew it was flat. Everybody knows it's flat and that it's a torus field. See the torus field naturally manifesting trees and natural things. It manifests them all. And again, here you go. This is what's going on here. It's all a torus field. It's all a torus field, folks. And it's flat. And the North Star, pole star, is above the North Pole. And the sun and moon go around the North Pole and then go around us. A flat Earth. On the globe, why the need to fly through Canada? England to Texas. On the flat Earth, you see why. Oh, that's why it's a flat. It's a flat Earth. That's why. Globe theory not matching with, just not lining up at all, or matching first-hand observations, I guess. Using 60s era technology, we landed men on the moon and returned them safely to Earth. Do you think that I'm retarded? I mean, really, they're playing. You show me pictures of them singing and playing golf. At any moment, you're supposed to be able to die. Then they're walking. They should be, every step they should be taking off the ground like fucking flying. We don't see that, but you think, hey, we got to buy that shit, right? You give us black and white video when you see cables and harnesses and shit, and we're supposed to buy that, and we're deniers. We're deniers. Ah, don't deny my lie. Don't fucking deny my lie. Moving shit around, huh? No real pictures of Earth, no real pictures of the Arctic, no real pictures of the Antarctic, no real pictures of Earth interior. Your world is cartoons. Do you understand? Your science, pseudoscience, batshit world is nothing but cartoons. Do you understand that? Somebody's got to talk about this stuff. If it were possible to see a ship sink below the curve with the naked eye, the horizon would look like this. And again, 17,000 mile an hour orbit, 17.5, you better get up there a little faster. Again, the Earth is also spinning at 1,040 at the equator. And again, it's supposed to be slower at the poles. So again, you should have different gravity forces. Things should weigh different right there. Things should weigh different at the poles. Do they? Do we notice any type of slower rotation at the poles? No. Again, they're always showing you no satellites ever get left behind in their little, remember their little cartoon here, this batshit, all this shit's got to be circling. This is absolutely insane that they even got a computer to do this dumb shit. It's amazing, right? Thank God for computers, right? Way to go with that, NASA. Yeesh. Look at this batshit stuff, but none of these satellites get left behind when you're doing 65,000 miles an hour. They tell us 60 something, okay? Not 45, it's faster. They tell us even faster. Again, I used to memorize all their dumb shit. I could regurgitate all their dumb lies. Even though I was like, damn, none of it makes sense. I can't make it work. You know? Again, cartoon. This is your science and this is your world. This is mainstream science. Yes! Officer Doofy says yes! That was funny as shit. That character should have been developed more. They could have milked this guy, but they I don't know how they must have, I don't know. Anyway, we know the Earth is round because we visited the NASA website. Dumb and Dumber and Dumbest and Dumb Fucks. But Jim Carrey doesn't buy the moon landing. I'll give him that. I don't think he's buying it. Then we asked each other. Lies. Again, this is what you see. Everything above revolves around the North Pole Star. And the sun, the moon, everything. If you feel your setup is too slow, remember, NASA landed on the moon using 4K kilobytes of RAM. 4. Not gigs. We're talking fucking kilobytes. Youch! The sun tells you what time it is, the moon tells you what day it is, and the stars tell you what month it is. Just like a perfectly designed timepiece. National, I don't know if this is real or not, but we have sheeple who believes in us all across the flat earth. And again, say that again, but slowly. We have sheeple who believe in us all across the flat earth. 5,5700 loves and laughs. Is that really the last one? I guess so. Well, I guess so. Well, I'll be. Again, you're on a flat Earth. There's a torus field coming out. That's probably what manifested as the dome, obviously, clearly. We have a dome here. It's a physical barrier that contains in um, pressure. We have low pressure systems, high pressure systems. Yep. I mean, it's flat. I mean, you can go out there, you can measure miles. They can't. There's no curve. It doesn't exist. Anyway, please like, share, and subscribe. Much love. I love you all.